Hi everybody and welcome back to STL TV Live. I'm Ivy Hartman and we're very fortunate to be able to be visiting with the director of the Lambert International Airport, Rhonda Hamm-Niebruegge. In addition to receiving the PCMA Chairman's Award, Lambert Airport also has had some renovations going on. We've been talking about how there was not only the restoration from the tornado, but a big, huge renovations to get us more I don't know, easy on the eye, but also technology friendly too.
There is. I mean, with the $70 million renovation that we're doing, which was a 2-year-long renovation and also about a 1.5-year long planning process before that. But we're really bringing a lot of digital imagery into the airport. We're bringing a lot of new signage that's digital inside the terminal, which is easy to change. You don't have to go through the manual process of printing every time you have a change in a venue. So we're really trying to bring it competitive to other airports across the country and what the offering is to the consumers and just ease of travel, which is always a big thing for customers in an airport.
So before the break, we talked a little bit about how when you stepped into being the director of the airport and then having to deal with a tornado hitting an airport. Talk about your background and how that prepared you and ultimately the success that came to be what is the PCMA award.
Well, I spent 27 years in the airline industry, so that was a helpful background, and there's lots of crises in the airline industry, so on a daily basis, you know, I ran operations for many years, both with the TWA and then eventually with American as well. And so I had an opportunity to visit a lot of airports, run through a lot of day-to-day crises. And I think that helped the background, but it's really the team here and this whole community. I mean, when the tornado hit, we had, in addition to myself and the majority of my team being at the airport within 10 to 15 minutes, we had an outpouring from this community. Business leaders calling, sending out people to help, construction companies, you know, trash hauling companies, I mean, you name it. And we would not have been able, I don't think, without those relationships and without that confidence of having the community and all those workers behind us be able to open the airport so quickly. So, you know, I like to think that people realize what an asset it is. And because it was a holiday weekend with a lot of family members coming in and out, and with the conventions, I think people realized we need this airport open. And so, you know, they just flooded us to help. And it was a great reward from our end to be able to be, you know, recognized as the airport and certainly personally for me, but it really was an outpouring from the community.
What's been, let's see, the biggest, most unique, fun thing that's happened? I know Up in the Air happened just before, I guess, you became director, but you were still kind of involved in that, right? I
was at the airport. I was with American Airlines running the operation here, and so they filmed a lot of the shoots, you know, in our area and in our gate area, and kind of the most fun thing probably was George Clooney needed a resting area during the down times, and that was my office. That was my conference room. I have a nice conference room in my office back then. And so for the 1.5 weeks that they shot, I got to see him almost every day, spend a little bit of time in there, and that was kind of fun.
That's a good perk, I would say. And then now as the director, any perks, pleasures, or even particular challenges that you think the public doesn't know about that you face?
Well, I think, you know, we've been trying very hard to get the public to understand the airport and how it runs in terms of its finances, and I think that that's always been a challenge because it's been a misunderstood. People don't realize it is a public utility, yet it's an enterprise fund, so it really is separate from the city in terms of its finances. So that word's getting out. The more people we can educate on that, and I think have the business community understanding that this is such an asset, it shouldn't be viewed as a detriment. It's a great positive for this region. So just constantly getting that word out and getting people to agree to that is sometimes a challenge.
I love it, and the reason I live in St. Louis is among so many, but top and foremost of them is that we have a wonderful hub here in St. Louis, and you can get anywhere in the United States or really the world without having to travel very far to get to an airport, which is wonderful to have you guys here. There's a photo of you receiving the PCMA award. Wonderful. And with Kitty Ratcliffe as well. That must have been quite an honor.
It was fun.
And we're really excited. Thank you for representing St. Louis and sharing with us more about Lambert International Airport today, Rhonda. We appreciate it. You can visit them online at flystl.com. Well, we really strive to help you experience St. Louis, and we want to keep you in the loop of all the great events going on here in St. Louis. And so we've got a great event coming up, and I'm going to welcome Devin Rodina and Jarrell Lovelace to talk about Jazz Under the Stars in just a minute. They're on their way over. Remember to keep up with STL TV and all the great events going on around St. Louis by friending us on Facebook, following us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch us streaming live on stltv.net. If you really want to experience St. Louis, Gotta watch STL TV. We're coming right back with even more show in just a few, so stay tuned.